Welcome back to the basement, everybody, where we are building that awesome basement bar back in the corner on that black wall. Last week we finished up installing all the kicks and building that kick drawer, that hidden drawer in the kick area of the cabinets, that toe kick area. This week we're going to be installing the cabinets, the end panels, the filler panels, all that good stuff that takes it from looking like that to a finished basement bar. Stick around. Now, I just know you guys are looking for some sweet B-roll action of building IKEA cabinets, so we're just gonna set you right down here so you can watch. Nah, I'm just kidding. That'd be like watching paint dry. But come to think of it, I actually did do that once. On a more serious note, building the cabinets or assembling them is really quite easy. Just follow the directions. They're step-by-step in pictures. They're about as easy as you could ask for. However, there are a few kind of little tips that I'll share with you guys that kind of make the whole process a little bit more smooth. So first, butterfly the box open and assemble everything on the box. Not only does this save the outside of the cabinet, so that nice white melamine finish, it also saves your floors. Second, make sure you square up your cabinet box before you nail in that back panel. They're not normally out of square when you assemble them, but sometimes you will be 1/8 out or a little bit less, and it's just nice to make sure they're nice and perfectly square before you nail that back together. The final tip deals with these little spacer feet, and they sit on the bottom of the cabinet just like that. And the goal of them is to space the bottom of the cabinet evenly with these top brackets that sit on the rail, so that cabinet sits nice and plumb to the wall. Now, what I've learned over the years in old houses and, well, just houses in general, walls aren't always plumb, and sometimes these guys are a big pain in the butt and I wind up prying them off after the fact anyways, so now I don't put them on until I need them. Another thing to keep in mind when you're installing your rail is to space it off the wall the same distance you spaced your kicks off the wall. This should help keep the cabinet as plumb as possible during the installation. This is another reason I don't like to put those feet on too early. Okay, so the rails are done and I have my two outer cabinets sitting in place. Now, I only have those two in place for now because I have to put in some filler strips between those cabinets and the walls next to them. I like to get those in first and then install the cabinet with that filler strip already in place. It's much easier to clamp on it, much easier to get everything nice and tight, and I tend to find it gets a tighter seal to that wall. So we're gonna start off by cutting those and then we're gonna work our way in with the rest of the cabinets. Things to note about installing these panels. Buy yourself one big panel to do both pieces. So in this case I bought a 36 by 96 inch panel, which allows me to do both the filler next to the wall as well as this end gable here. Now the reason for that is if your walls are not perfectly plumb, like in this case they're about 1/8 of an inch out from bottom to top, I can make that angled cut and keep everything nice and tight to the wall. If I had just bought a 25 by 90 pantry end panel, it wouldn't have been able to keep nice and tight to the wall while simultaneously being nice and tight to the front of the doors where they need to be. So easy tip, and it's actually cheaper to do it that way as well. The second thing I like to do is keep all of my protective film on the outside until they're installed, then peel it off, just in case you nick it with, you know, a screw or something like that. You don't need to worry, you have that little bit of protection there. So this filler section's a bit of a sticky situation because I have kind of two ways to go about it. Option one is I put my filler strip kind of back in next to the wall, then I put my end panel on, and then I hang my countertop on top, as you normally would. Option two is I actually stick my filler strip up at the front, like I did over on the pantry side, and then I put my end panel on, and then I hang my countertop over top. But if I do that second option, I actually have to notch my countertop around the edge of the wall up here in order to get it to hang off that even inch all the way around. So I think we're actually going to lean to option one. We're going to fill it in back here, I'm going to put the end panel on, and then our countertop will hang over kind of an even inch all the way around. Plus it's actually easier and should look a little bit tighter and a little bit cleaner to do it that way anyways. I need to get an attachment that actually fits that vacuum. It always falls off, especially on the small pieces. And then I just get coated in MDF and particle board dust. Anyways, it is cut. Let's get it in place, and then these cabinets are pretty well wrapped up. Finish up the end panel, so one on that side of the cabinet over there and then one on each side of the fridge to hide those white cabinet boxes. I am going to get my countertop roughly set in place. I do this because then I can scribe those perfectly to the floor and to the countertop, just in case anything's not quite level, which floors typically aren't. And it just looks a little cleaner when everything is nice and tight and scribed. Let's get it in. That about does it for cabinet install, getting those end panels, those filler panels all in place. It is looking sharp. I don't typically put my doors and drawers and all of that in till the very end, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and click that little bell icon so you don't miss out. We're gonna keep moseying on with this bar in the next video. Thanks a ton for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.